Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome once again to mydrumlife.com and freedrumcoaching.com. I have a topic today that I want to talk to you about that's really important. I'm noticing something happening out there, and I think as drummers, we can really make a difference. Before we get into that, I don't know if some of you know or don't know that we just passed April, and this past April is exactly 3 years from when I made my first post on Facebook and I made that first little splash screen video for YouTube that said we are going to revolutionize and evolutionize online drum lessons. Now, maybe we have not reinvented the wheel. Maybe we haven't shook the world up, the drumming world up as much as I hope we have. But I'll tell you what I have noticed. So I started that out there 3 years ago saying, as drummers, we need to start eating better, stretching, incorporating maybe a little yoga and stuff into our lives to keep ourselves more relaxed and flexible and help our breathing. And the other big aspect I was saying was that we need to start ridding our body of the garbage foods and intaking more good foods because they really, 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 really do make you feel better. And if you feel better as a person, you're going to feel and be better as a drummer. It's common sense. Now, in that time span, since then, within that April to that October, I was on Drumeo, and it's just over 2.5 years on Drumeo now. And I have my own site, mydrumlife.com now, and I have the freedrumcoaching.com. My YouTube channel started out with 0 subscribers. We're up to about 3,600 subscribers right now. My Facebook page had 0 friends when I started it. There are 2,200 friends on my personal page, and there are 1,600 likes on the Drummer JS page. To me, that definitely says something. What is even better is the posts that I do see from a lot of drummers. I do see a lot of drummers who have become more health conscious and more aware of their bodies and what they're taking into them in the last few years. Now, I'm not going to take full credit for that. I'm not. But I'm going to take a good chunk of the credit for that. Because once I started it and it started getting it out there, other people picked it up and absorbed it. We didn't drop just a pebble into the pond. We have dropped pebbles into the pond. We have gone from my little studio into Connecticut all the way to you in Canada, all the way to you in Norway, all the way to you in Scotland, all the way to you in Washington, all the way over to India, to Singapore, all the way down to Africa. So regardless, if one of you or 2 people have made those changes and started eating better and started stretching a little bit, not casting words out like hippie or yogi or weirdo and things like that, just started to really take better care of your body because you deserve it. Even if one of you out there have done that, then guess what? There are other people who have seen you make those changes, and they've made little changes themselves, and so on and so on. But I've got something for you. We are going to take a friggin' boulder and drop it into that pond right now. No more pebbles. Boop, boop, boop. Those little ripples that we're making, they're absolutely positive and they're absolutely beneficial. But we need to make bigger noise. We need to make a bigger splash. And us as drummers are in the absolute perfect opportunity to do it. Honestly, I've looked online at other groups. I've looked at guitars, bassists, sax players, piano players. I've looked at painters and artists. I've looked at all these things. There is nothing, I don't know why, but there is nothing out there as active and as huge as the drumming community. Honestly, when you think of all the different groups that are on Facebook and all the drummers on YouTube and stuff, the drumming community is so active and so impressive. But what is even more amazing about the drumming community is the cultural diversity within it. All right? Cultural diversity. We're all sitting in our homes looking at computer screens, watching the same videos, and we're all loving it and commenting and cheering it on, and we're all feeling it. All of us. It doesn't matter where we are. I could take you from where you are, you from where you are, you from where you are. We can go India, China, Morocco, Turkey, Greece, Australia, New Zealand. We could take all these people, the United States, Canada, all these people, all these drummers. We could put them into one room, and then we could take one badass drummer and stick him in the center. And every single drummer in that room won't have a problem with each other for color, for borders, for religion, for politics. One solid community. Drummers. We'll all look at each other and we'll smile and high-five each other and just hug each other because of this badass drum solo we're seeing. I'm not even making this up. We will sit there and just love each other and be in a room with 1,000 people we don't know, and everybody is one in that room because we're all there for that common cause. Drumming is communication. It's one of the oldest instruments on the planet. It is a message. You are taking a thought in your head, transferring it into physical movement, and making an audible sound by hitting wood, mylar, and plastic. It doesn't matter where you are, who you are, what you believe in, what your country stands for. It doesn't matter. What we can do is get out there and make everybody else feel as good as we can. How do we do this? How, as drummers, can we do this? It's so simple. Last week, I was looking on Facebook. Somebody made a question and asked a question about tuning a floor tom. They made a very quick video with their phone, I don't want to say an iPhone, with their phone, and they said they're having trouble tuning their floor tom. Can anybody give them advice? Boom, 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 boom. Now, I started reading the comments. There were things like, yeah, get a real mixer, get better mics, get a drummer. These are some of the comments that us as drummers are making on other drumming pages. Why would we do that? Why would we want to let our cynical and negative side out? Why would we want to hurt somebody emotionally? I mean, comments like that really, really affect people. And not just that guy hitting that drum, it made me feel like crap. Seeing that made me feel like crap, that I said at so-and-so and at so-and-so, could you please tell me what the benefit of your comment really was? They had nothing to say. They ran because they knew I called them out for being a bully. So what I'd like you to do, what we could do, this big, big pond, this big pebble in this big pond, is we can really, really change the world. As a drummer, when you're out on the street interacting with other people who aren't even drummers, I want you to carry that same mentality and aspect and love inside of you, that if you were standing in a room with another set of drummers that are all over the world, because guess what? That's out there. People, human beings, who deserve the same respect and courtesy that you would share with your fellow brothers and sisters who play the skins. We need to take that respect for each other and admiration for each other and share it with every single other person who's not a drummer. Hi, how are you? Smiling at strangers, opening the door for people. Silly, stupid little acts of kindness like that resonate with people. You don't need to express who you are as a drummer. You just need to be a little nice as a drummer. I'm asking you to do that for me. What I'd also love for you to do, and not in an ass kind of way, don't be a douche, but when you're reading a post on Facebook, when you're seeing comments and you see somebody just really make a left field, crass, crude comment on somebody who's looking for hope, help, inspiration, kindness, compassion, connection with another person, when you see somebody out there stabbing that person in the heart, doing something, literally sitting down and taking the time out to type a sentence to hurt, offend, or betray that other person in some way, I would like you to take the 2 seconds out of your day to draw attention to that person. To @JS. Why would you really write something like that? I'm really shocked at you. Here we are as a community of drummers trying to inspire and motivate people, and you're really just coming in here with nothing but BS negativity. If you don't really have anything useful to say and you're not going to contribute to being a positive person, then why don't you just delete your Facebook account, go get a box of Pringles and sit on the couch and be miserable? You need to draw attention to these people. You need to hold the mirror up to these people. Maybe you don't have to be as harsh as I was just being. You know, I like to over-exaggerate my exercises. Well, sometimes I like to over-exaggerate my emphasis on what I'd like you to do. But really just by simply saying, listen, Jay, a comment like that does nobody any good, and it just doesn't hurt that drummer you specifically meant it for. It really affects almost every single other person in this thread in a bad way. So why don't you try and be a little more positive with what you're going to do? If we draw that attention, maybe that person, maybe that person will turn around and go, yeah, I kind of was being an ass. I'm sorry. They could turn around and go, you know what, man, mind your business, screw you. And you know what? That right there is telling you a whole world about that person. But as that drummer who loves that community and that feeling, we can be those better people. We don't stand by and idly watch somebody get picked on and bullied. We don't watch our brothers and sisters who are drummers get picked on and bullied. What you can also do is once a week, twice a week, go on YouTube, type in beginner drummer trying a cover, beginner drum cover, beginner drummer. Just type in beginner drummer, new drummer. You will find hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who are looking for help, a connection, just a minute of somebody's time to acknowledge that they're doing something and trying to do something. You could get on there and go, hey man, that sounds really good. Or hey man, try this. Give them positive advice. Give them a little boost of their confidence. You could do this on Facebook and you could do this on YouTube. And again, when you see that person picking on them and bullying that person, you could just call that person out and say, look man, it's not that world anymore. It's not that world anymore. We as drummers have the ability to go beyond borders. As drummers, we have the ability to go beyond our governments. We have the ability to go beyond our churches. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your government or your church. I'm just saying there are issues in all these countries right now in the world. There are issues, religious issues, spiritual issues, political issues that us as drummers are getting dragged into. And let's take the word drummers out right now. Us as people. But we do have one of the largest communities out there. We can literally help change the world. We can do this. I know, again, I have literally, now this is no joke, I have lost students. I have had students not watch my lessons. I have had very well-known drum instructors not even want to give me the time of day because of my beliefs. Because I believe that you could be better to yourself. Because I believe that if you treat your body just that much better, you'll feel that much better. Your playing will be that much better. You'll actually interact and react with other people that much better. Those people around you will just see that stuff. If you get up in the morning and reach down and touch your toes, you'll feel much better. I have been called a hippie. People don't want to listen to me because of that. I just am blown away that in the 21st century, we are still dealing with this type of stuff. Honestly, what's next? Are we going to start tying people up to stakes and yelling out witch and burning them? I mean, we have to really lose hatred, bigotry, and negativity. And one last time, the drumming community is one of the largest communities out there on the planet. Literally on the planet, we have one of the largest connecting communities. You can connect the dots every single where on this planet. So, Instead of watching this video and going, oh man, forget this peace, love, hippie, yoga, eat better crap. I'm going to get my milkshake and sit down and scratch my butt and pick my nose and gain 30 pounds over the next year. Get up. Do something good for yourself. And most of all, be nice to everyone else. And don't wait for that person to cross your path. Get up, get out there, and find that person who needs some human compassion. Am I asking really too much? It's what I've been doing for 3 years now. What I've been trying to do for 3 years now. Resistance that has come my way because of what I'm trying to do, ostracizing, outcasting, ignoring, all those negative things because I'm trying to do something positive. Why? Why? I'd really love to know. So listen, my friends, this is our conversation for the week, and that's it. I'm really begging you. I'm begging you. If 3 years ago I was able to get up off my ass and do something positive and make a difference in some people's lives, you can get out there once a week and make that person feel really good. You don't even have to look very hard. You'll find the video when you open your news feed tomorrow on Facebook, or you just click on YouTube and hit Beginner Drummer. It'll be there. And most of all, again, do not tolerate ignorance, stubbornness, and bulliness amongst anyone. If you see it, you call it out there. You let that person know what you're doing, because I guarantee you, every single other person around you will be right behind you, standing there at your back. I most certainly will. I promise you that. Everyone, I'll see you next time, okay? Have a great day.